Hi, my name's Justin Peachey. I'm from about 3 hours east of UMI Motorsports Park, where we are right now. I got into Autocross in 2016 with another Corvette and bought this one, I think the year after that, mostly stock. And it's kind of progressed over the years to get to where it is now. As I got more competitive, I obviously wanted to keep making it faster, you know, to keep up with the competition, try to beat the competition. It's a heads cam, intake, exhaust, Z06. The engine isn't that wild. I mean, it's, you know, a little under 600 horsepower, naturally aspirated. I have taken it to the drag strip. That's not what it's built for, but I've got it into the 9s there. Still a manual transmission, 390 rear end gears. Biggest thing that helps with Autocross is your suspension, obviously your tires you're running, the aero. It's a pretty basic build, just doing a lot of the, you know, simple things right, I think is what makes it fast. And then obviously driving is a big part of this. And since I've been doing this the last few years, I've been doing it like almost every weekend as much as I can. And, you know, there's always something to work on as a driver, just to keep learning and tweaking the car here and there, and, you know, just kind of slowly improving, learning as you go. There's not really any like magic to anything. It's just figuring it out as you go. And, you know, learning all the little tips and tricks from all the faster people, talking to people, and, you know, asking them questions and testing some stuff for yourself, figuring it out.
Yeah, and actually hearing what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like, don't just like ask somebody.
Try new stuff. I mean, whether you think it's going to work or not, try it and see what it feels like, and then you at least know, you know, from your feel and from the scoreboard, you know how it worked, instead of just someone else saying that, you know, that's how it worked for them, because every car and driver is a little bit different.
The more I talk to people, the more I'm finding that they're putting just as much into these as those guys are putting into that.
Yeah, it's just kind of a different aspect, you know, making the car handle well. It's not just about making all the horsepower, but I mean, drag racing, they do a lot of suspension.
Yeah, you have 4 links and you have stuff like that, you know, to help with that. But like, whenever you said 600 horsepower, I was like, huh. I was like, that's crazy. Just thinking about it, but then I'm like, oh yeah, I guess you don't need to go, you know, top it. Like
no, like you can't even put it all down.
No.
And like, there's only like one place here on the back stretch where I can hold it flat, really. I mean, everything else with the street tires and the surface, you know, it's not sticky like a drag strip. Yeah, it's like I'm feathering the throttle, you know, trying to feel it out. Most of the places, there's only a few places I can hold it flat. So realistically, I can't use much more power on a course like this.
It would actually hurt you.
Yeah, I mean, if it makes it harder to drive. The whole goal is to make the car as easy to drive as you can, because usually you don't get a lot of runs, and so you want to be able to get everything out of it in those few runs. And the thing with Autocross is you got to learn the course every time they make it different. So you're learning the course and just trying to get everything out of it as fast as you can. It's not like a road course where you can go and do tons of laps, or, you know, a drag strip, or, you know, you're going in a straight line.
It's the same thing.
I mean, you got to feel the surface out and stuff. But here you're feeling out every corner. You're trying to figure out how to set your line up, you know, to get the best, you know, the best exit out of every corner and everything, make everything flow smoothly. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, and it takes years to really get really good at it.
Yeah, I feel like this is more, you definitely have to remember more.
You have to memorize the course. Yeah, I mean, the big part is walking the course before you run and memorizing where everything is. So when you're out there, you're not getting caught off guard. You know exactly where you're starting off. The biggest thing is just making sure you give yourself enough time to walk the course enough that you really remember where you're going. I mean, the biggest thing, is just walking it as many times as you can, remembering it as well as you can. Now, obviously, the more you do it, the easier it's going to be, because you know, there's only so many elements they can do. And, you know, you see the course and you're like, oh yeah, I've seen corners like this before, and you kind of can link it together in your brain, and based on, you know, just having experience seeing them before, it makes it a little easier, just the more you do it, practice.
They have different classes, right? Like, you know, all that. So like, there's people who can take their garage builds that are just, you know, like basically a gutted go-kart essentially, and be able to take it out, or is it, you know, more?
I mean, there's not really a limit on the rules are pretty wide open. So I mean, I would say your imagination could probably take you, you know, wherever you want to go. How much money do you want to spend?
Right. Or how much money? Like, you know, kind of my whole thing is I feel like this is the type of sport that you could get into not succeed.
You can get into it really cheap. I mean,
Yeah.
there's daily. You can take your literal daily driver and do well if you can drive well. Since driving is the biggest part, if you're a really good driver, and it doesn't have to be the fastest car, you can still beat a lot of these guys in fast cars just based on learning to drive really well. Yeah, and it's not that expensive compared to like road course and stuff. It's a lot less hard on the car. You know, so yeah, for getting into it, it's a really cost-effective way to get into learning how, you know, to make the car handle at the limit fairly safely, not crazy high speeds.
Yeah, it's because back in high school I used to go do stuff like this in big parking lots without the cones, and I feel like a lot of times during the winter it helps me out. Yeah, especially.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, learning how to handle a car at the limit can help you on the street. You know, in a panic situation or something. You know, with the brakes, or you know how to swerve around stuff and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost, you know, can help you in real world situations. I don't want to, you know, take away from your times type thing if you're going for times, right? But like, I would love to, you know, sit passenger and just kind of experience what this is like. Yeah,
definitely. I'll let you go along.
Yeah, awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And then one last thing, real quick, is how can we follow you on Instagram?
My name's Justin Peachey. I have Facebook, and my Instagram is justpeachey1, JUSTPEACHEY1, and I think my YouTube is the same. I don't do like filming like this, but I do my in-car. I have a GoPro, and I do my in-car videos of most of the stuff that I do.
That's perfect, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.